A lot of people have criticized Daddy G.O for not speaking out on this particular issue and not speaking out against Tinubu's administration in general. I don't know if this is going to be the new norm. Everyone knows the challenges Nigeria is facing. Trump didn't have to say anything for Daddy G.O to come out or for other ministers to come out and speak on it. We all know what's been happening over the years.
As far as Daddy G.O is concerned, I'm kind of on the fence, with his reaction. Part of me is blaming him for taking time to speak up and refusing to speak up against this government. And another part of me is, just thinking that it looks like his strength is failing him and all of that stuff. I wouldn't really be too hard on him, but again, I expected, more and better from him.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Why I Need podcast. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, share, and also engage with us in our comment section all over our social media pages. So we're just chatting about the Daddy G.O's comment that's going viral on X. And, after listening to Daddy G.O's story, based on what he said the president is his in-law. And I would think they would have discussed it on their WhatsApp group instead of coming out and putting it out there. And I know that a lot of people have criticized Daddy G.O for not speaking out on this particular issue and not speaking out against Tinubu's administration in general. I don't know if this is going to be the new norm. Maybe Daddy G.O will continue to speak up on the matters concerning the state of the country. Everyone knows the challenges Nigeria is facing. Trump didn't have to say anything for Daddy G.O to come out or for other ministers to come out and speak on it. We all know what's been happening over the years. Nigeria has struggled fighting insurgencies, fighting insecurity, fighting unknown gunmen, fighting kidnappers. And Trump speaking up is putting Nigeria in a bad light, and everybody's out there controlling the narratives and putting Nigeria or laundering Nigeria's image globally. We all know that Nigerians out there are struggling. When people see that you're from Nigeria, they scrutinize you a little bit more than people from other nations, which is not nice. But because of our image, because of the image of our leaders, we're dealing with issues like this. So, nothing new was discussed in the message that Daddy G.O put out. I'm sure it'll be a common sense for the president to hold these people accountable. Maybe part of it is firing some of the security chiefs in order to bring some new faces in, some people that are truly interested in securing the lives of Nigerians. And I want to give him a kudos for at least speaking up. Some people didn't speak up. Some people spoke up and said there isn't an issue. But we all know there's an issue and he's speaking up, and I think we should give him that. What do you think?
I wouldn't really blame him. It looks like Nigeria has been a very funny country. It becomes difficult, or it's very difficult for kinsmen to chastise or to criticize each other. We saw that under, I don't think we saw that under Obasanjo. I don't think we saw that under Yaradua, but it definitely started with Jonathan, and then from Jonathan to Buhari and now to Tinubu. So, for almost 20 something years now, it's been playing out. I'm not surprised, and most people are not surprised that he has refused to speak up. Perhaps maybe the president's wife is a pastor in his ministry, or because he has some kind of special relationship with the first family. So I'm not really surprised, and coupled with the fact that he's getting old. We know that he led protests. He was part of the people that protested against Jonathan's government. With this same issue of insecurity and the high cost of living at that time. And at that time, I think he was probably around 71, 70, 71, 72. And it looked like he had more energy. He was a bit younger relative to now. And then now he's 83-year-old. I don't think, an 83-year-old should carry a placard to start protesting. But I don't think it's never too late. At least he says something. There are still a lot of clergymen, a lot of pastors, a lot of high profile men of God in Nigeria that either they are denying the accusation or they haven't spoken up. An example is Pastor Kumu is there. We haven't heard from him. Pastor Lukoya is there. We haven't heard from him. A whole bunch of them, we haven't heard from them. And is it that they are refusing to speak or they are just don't want to be part of it? As far as Daddy G.O is concerned, I'm kind of on the fence, with his reaction. Part of me is blaming him for taking time to speak up and refusing to speak up against this government. And another part of me is, just thinking that it looks like his strength is failing him and all of that stuff. I wouldn't really be too hard on him, but again, I expected more and better from him.
I agree with what you said. He's almost 83, so he's advanced in age. The strength isn't there as compared to when he was 10 years younger. But at least he's speaking up and he's not denying the fact that this insecurity issue is widespread in Nigeria, across the Muslim communities, across the Christian communities, across everyone. And Nigeria is for everyone too, right? Nigeria is not just only for Muslims, not just only for Christian. Nigeria is for everyone, even people without religion, even people with other religion affiliations. Nigeria is for everyone. And I do want to commend him for speaking up and at least speaking truth to power and encouraging his in-law, as he put it, to pull things together and prevent the U.S. from coming into Nigeria. And we all know when U.S. comes, there will be a lot of collateral damages, whether the U.S. is in it for the benefit or they're in it to truly free the Christians. There's going to be some collateral damages. So in order to avoid that, we all know wherever U.S. goes, life there never remains the same. So in order to prevent that, we need to fight our own battles and make sure we don't allow any external influences to come in our country and decimate our country and decimate the lives of our people as well. A lot of people are saying that this insecurity issue didn't start with Tinubu. It didn't start with the current president. We definitely know that. The buck starts with the president. The president has been there for 2.5 years now, and it looks like it's just status quo. We keep borrowing money, not fixing the root causes of all of our problems. Insecurity is still a big deal. People are kidnapping people, being family members, just trying to find a way to survive the harsh economic realities in Nigeria. If the president truly cares, then he'll start listening. I mean, Daddy G.O gave him a good advice. I'm sure he would have thought about that. I'm sure his advisors would have thought about it as well. In order to keep the U.S. out of the country, they need to show that they're truly working. They need to show that they truly care about Christians and Muslims all across the country. So I believe it's a step in the right direction. And hopefully we'll continue to see more of this from Daddy G.O. Because when people with influence speak up, it's louder than when ordinary citizens speak up. And if our influential people are not speaking up, the voices of other common Nigerians will not be heard. But because people with influence are speaking up, yeah, the president want to sit tight because he knows that these influential people, they have people behind them. They lead millions and millions of people. And that might actually affect them in the elections if they don't really care about the people of the country. So I think it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully we'll see more of this. We want our leaders to be outspoken, even from the common man, right? Even from the poorest to the wealthiest. People need to start speaking up. When you see something that's not good, you need to speak up. In America, if you see something, you say something, right? When you see something, say something. It's our country. We don't have anywhere else to go. We have to come together and fix it. And it involves holding our leaders accountable, whether you're in the political spectrum or whether you're a leader of nations or leader of a community or leader of a religious organization.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely, the insecurity did not start with Tinubu. In fact, it did not even start with APC government. But I think the reason why Nigerians are so critical of APC government from Buhari's administration down to Tinubu's administration is because they played politics with insecurity. A lot of them came to Washington to plea for Washington to come to our rescue. We saw how they weaponized the insecurity. We saw how the northern elders stood up against Jonathan and basically said he was killing their people. And till today, they haven't even denounced, the bandits, the terrorists, or the people killing them. They haven't even denounced them. They haven't even said that they have nothing to do with their religion up until now. Everybody, almost all of them are up, in arms, trying to tell Americans not to come to Nigeria, But I think we really have a problem of comprehension, especially down in the north. Everybody is saying Trump wants to come and invade Nigeria. He never said he's coming to invade Nigeria. I think he specifically spoke to the people that are causing mayhem and causing trouble in the north. And all of a sudden, yesterday, the people were protesting in Kano against Trump. And to me, I think that is even pouring a kerosene on fire. That may even motivate Trump to do what he wants to do. And we all know Trump, he can go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. It doesn't take him time to go from 0 to 100. And I would just say everybody should be careful, especially people in the north, how they try to rile up people and how to, they try to gaslight people. People know the truth. And then, you know what? I'm glad that Adiboye is, has spoken. And I would even be happy if a lot of these clergymen, a lot of these pastors, quote unquote, big pastors, begin to speak up. I'm not expecting them to speak up in defense of the government. I just want them to tell the truth. In fact, we need to admit that there is a problem before we can start, brainstorming for the solution to the problem. And you said, Nigeria can handle their problem, their internal problem or internal security problem by themselves. But over time, almost 14 years, they are proven not to be able to do that. So it definitely means that they need help. Any help is welcome. And I was watching a program on the TV that said whatever military action the US want to carry out in Nigeria, they should do it in collaboration with Nigerian army. I beg to differ. I wouldn't even involve those people because for 14 years, about 15 years, those people have been fighting that battle, and we don't know what they've been doing with the information. We don't know who is leaking information to the bandits. In fact, I trust America. They will not share intelligence with them and they wouldn't want to do anything with the Nigerian army. And I would think that if they want to do anything, they should do whatever they want to do unilaterally. They shouldn't even think of involving the Nigerian army. Otherwise, they will sabotage that mission. That is my submission. We need to admit that there is a problem and the more people need to speak up, and speaking up doesn't mean that they should be defending the government. No, tell the truth that there has been killing of Christians. And this whole thing started as the jihad, as a war against Christians and people that are not Muslims. So we need to say it as it is. And then if you've been around for a long time, we all know the story. Unless you are 15 years old or less than 20 years old, you may not know the story. But if you are 30 years old, most likely you know the true story and you know the true picture of what is going on. And we must tell the truth.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We need to tell the truth. We need to tell the story like it is and not sugarcoat it. It's not pretty. People have lost their lives. They've lost their properties. Millions of people are in IDP camps, and it's not nice. Their lives are forever been changed. It's never going to remain the same. So I think it's good that some of our leaders are speaking up. We still need more people to speak up and continue to light fire under our leaders so that they can continue to do the right thing by the people. They continue to, make sure the lives of the people are secured and not just continue to take, and not give anything back. When you continue to take and not give anything back, the people are going to be tired. They're going to rise up against you. So we don't want that to happen. So we want our people to continue to speak up. We talk about the problem so we can find a permanent solution to the problem.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Do you think Pastor E. Adiboye advising the federal government to, to ask Trump for 100 days to address whatever that is going on? Do you think that is the right thing to do, or you think they should do otherwise, or you think they should allow US to come and carry out military action against the people that have been terrorizing people? Let us know what you think, and then we'll be happy to engage with you in the comment section.